Why is it that the most important things, the ones that could change your life, are the very things you keep delaying? You know the feeling. The blank screen stares back at you. The unopened email sits there, waiting. The idea that could change everything is trapped in your mind. You sit there, telling yourself you'll start, but your hand drifts to your phone. Your mind tells you, just 5 more minutes. Suddenly, you're scrolling, watching videos, tidying your desk. It feels safe, comforting. But that comfort? It's a cage. I've been there. I remember a time when a project sat on my desk for weeks. It wasn't just any project, it was something that could shift my entire future. But every time I tried to work on it, a voice whispered, "Not today. Tomorrow will be better." I wasn't lazy. I was scared. Scared of failing, of not being good enough, of stepping into discomfort. And the longer I delayed, the heavier the project became. Each day, the weight grew. The task didn't change, the resistance did. Here's what's really happening. Procrastination isn't about discipline. It's not a flaw. It's a loop. Stress triggers it, avoidance becomes the routine, and temporary relief is the reward. But that relief isn't progress, it's an illusion. Science shows us that when you hesitate, your brain's dopamine, the chemical that fuels motivation, drops. You feel foggy, drained, lacking energy. But here's the secret. You don't wait for motivation to show up. You create it. By doing something slightly harder, standing up, stretching, splashing cold water on your face, you trigger a dopamine rebound. Your brain resets. Your focus sharpens. Think about the last time you procrastinated. Maybe it was starting a fitness routine. Having that difficult conversation. What were you really avoiding? Was it the task itself, or the discomfort it carried? Often, it's not the task, it's the fear. Fear of judgment, fear of rejection, fear of imperfection. But here's the truth. The greater the resistance, the more it points to something meaningful. Resistance is a compass. It points to what matters most. Here's a question. What are you resisting right now? What dream, goal, or decision have you been postponing because it feels too heavy? Picture it. Now ask yourself, what's one small step you can take today? I call this the 3A method. Acknowledge, act, amplify. First, acknowledge the resistance. When you feel that pull to delay, don't ignore it. Name it. This is resistance. Recognize it for what it is. Second, act. Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a tiny step. Open the document. Write one sentence. Send the message. Lace up your shoes. Third, amplify. If you still feel stuck, change your physical state. Stand up. Walk outside. Stretch. Splash cold water on your face. Let's make this real. Picture yourself at your desk. The deadline looms. Your chest tightens. Instead of diving in, you open a new tab, check your messages, watch another video. Minutes slip into hours. The guilt builds. The task feels heavier. But now, imagine standing up, taking a deep breath, counting down, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Writing just one line. Feel the shift? That's the crack in the wall. That's how momentum begins. And it's not just one task. This pattern shows up everywhere. The phone call you avoid because it might be uncomfortable. The fitness routine you delay because it feels overwhelming. The personal project you keep shelving because it feels too risky. Each time, the story is the same. The brain seeks comfort, not growth. But growth lives in discomfort. Here's the neuroscience. When you lean into something challenging, your brain's limbic system, the emotional center, sends out alarm signals. It's protecting you, but your prefrontal cortex, the rational, decision-making part, knows this is where growth happens. When you act despite the alarm, you build new neural pathways. You teach your brain to lean into resistance, not away from it. Imagine rewiring your mind, day by day, action by action. Each time you acknowledge resistance and take a step forward, you weaken the loop. You build resilience. You train your brain to face discomfort with courage. And over time, what once felt impossible becomes automatic. So, what's one small step you can take today? Write it down. Count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move. Not tomorrow. Not later. Now. Drop your first micro action in the comments. Publicly commit. Let's hold each other accountable. And subscribe for more strategies to master your mind, break the loop, and unlock your potential. Your future self is waiting. The choice is yours. Start today. And when resistance whispers, remember, it's not a stop sign. It's a compass pointing to what matters most. This is how you beat procrastination. This is how you reclaim your time, your focus, your life. Step into the discomfort, act before you feel ready, and watch your world change. Every day is a bonus. Charles Odia.